With your CIGTV news update, I'm Jay Earhart in for Donna Bush. In today's top story, the sporting community has come together in support of a shared child abuse prevention policy. Community Affairs, Youth and Sports Minister, the Honorable Osborne Bodden, and senior government officials launched the final draft of the child abuse prevention policy for national sports associations at a press conference today. The ministry had been working on the project for some time and sought feedback from the associations late last year. Representatives of the various sports joined the ministry, the Department of Children and Family Services, and the Solicitor General's office for the event at Government Administration Building this afternoon. In our next story, we continue our look at some of the safety-focused upgrades that the National Roads Authority has been making to the road networks. In particular, a system of solar-powered crossings on West Bay Road that was put in place to enhance pedestrian safety. Transportation planner Marian Pendoe explains that the move last year to reduce the speed limit on West Bay Road facilitated the recent placement of the additional push-button crossings. At the same time, Ms. Pendoe reminds members of the public that the presence of a crossing of this nature still requires them to take very important steps before they can safely cross the road.
We have 5 pedestrian crossings along West Bay Road. These particular crossings, you actually need to press that button before you cross the road. So when you approach one, you press the button, you wait for the traffic to stop, and then you cross. Because sometimes traffic they don't stop on a dime, so you need to make sure that they stop before you cross the road.
Tomorrow, we'll head to the Poindexter Roundabout in Prospect, where the NRA has adopted a new strategy to prevent cars slipping into the guardrails. In our final story, the work of the Truman Button Law School lecturer will inform the European Parliament's policy agenda this year. Course leader for the master's program to be introduced later this year, Laura Panedes and Struch, recently presented a research paper on labor regulation clauses in public procurement to a conference in Brussels. A European foundation working with the EU parliamentarians has since asked her to provide a fuller report. The law school director, Mitchell Davies, has expressed his delight. Meanwhile, the conference findings will appear in a book to be published later this year. Well, as always, if you missed today's news update, you can get the details on our Facebook and YouTube pages. And of course, don't forget to tune in to Radio Cayman's For the Record and Talk Today's shows, which are always packed full of exciting guests. I'm Jay Earhart. Thanks for watching.